call the meeting to order. First thing, I don't see in here, I don't see Jonathan DeLeon, or I don't see him also. So we're gonna hold those. Mr. Singh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come on,
And which number?
57.
57, thank you.
Okay, well, we had you scheduled at 6 o'clock. And we held it, all of ours, that's having coming. Okay, we looked at everything and there was some questions on it. Only me, what?
Yeah, I got a quick question for you. On the site plan description for the building, right here it says for liquor sale and storage. But the way it's written, it looks like you're proposing the entire area here to be for liquor sale and storage.
This is a little bit, right now, this area, we have the walk-in cooler,
Mm-hmm.
we have a grocery aisle right here, and there's a counter right here, and we are not changing anything for the grocery, we're just adding the liquor and over here.
Okay.
It's the same place, this is the hall, see, there's a counter right now here,
It will be only this much liquor.
and then a couple of
That's
the
it.
cooler, we're gonna use the same walk-in cooler we're gonna use for the,
So that's actually a better plan.
Yes.
I prefer we approve that plan.
No, we had only this liquor right here.
we are adding basically
and
what we
behind
have.
the cashier, that's it.
Yeah, I see it there. Liquor,
Yeah,
liquor,
rest
Beer.
everything, yeah.
See,
The
this
beer only 2 cooler, rest everything the soda cooler.
okay,
Because we are adding. a liquor,
Basically,
it's not
what
the
we
liquor
have,
store.
we just add, yes.
sure. I'm just saying, I think that's a better site description, and if we're gonna approve a plan, we should do it with this plan.
Can we see that?
Asking about that, but this is the one.
It shows for liquor sale and storage, but it doesn't say where, and it says liquor, beer, liquor. This is much more descriptive, which I think we should have.
That's
Do you
this
know where
space?
Giovanni
Yeah.
Or is this upside down?
must have been part of this?
Okay.
No, I was wondering.
So I think we should approve it with this plan.
Your district.
Are we,
That's actually,
Oh,
it's actually Kevin's.
oh,
are
It's
we?
my district, yeah, and the clerk was just telling me how we can't approve this tonight because we still have to we have to go through the procedure of going over quota.
Oh,
Have we started that, right?
Mr. Chair, no, they need to go over quota, so at tonight's, you're just reviewing this, and then we'll make the go-ahead if you're okay with it to proceed with public hearing. In addition, they will need to, because of the rule with, special use permits and Class A establishments, and that's what they're applying for is a Class A, they will need to get a special use permit as well.
I think they already have a special, they probably have to amend the existing one.
If they do already, we'll verify that with, inspection department, but I was asking
We have special
Steve
use
here.
for gas station. I don't know, it's the same thing or not.
Did you get one recently?
No, long time ago.
8 to 10 years ago, probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they don't have one, I'll verify with planning department.
Okay.
So it's, we're not denying it, we're not approving it, what we're saying is, in order for you to get that liquor license, we have to notice it in the newspaper and stuff and have a public hearing
Okay.
before we would approve it.
Maybe I misunderstood him. My understanding was that you can approve it subject to that, I thought. Maybe I misunderstood him.
Because it's going over quota, we have to have the special use, we have to have the hearing before we.
Am I
Correct.
understand or maybe I
it's locked out.
misunderstood you? They can still approve it subject to that hearing or how?
Well, right now, they're just saying, we're good with this, and we're gonna go ahead with the public hearing, so in a month from today, we'll have a public hearing, then they'll finally grant it.
Oh, okay, so but you can approve it today.
that's the soonest it's gonna happen anyways.
Yeah.
Where? Oh,
That'll
yeah.
be the soonest it's gonna happen anyway.
Okay,
So in concept, we're approved, we like it, we're saying, let's approve it to go to a public hearing,
okay,
that's what we're approving tonight, to go to a
Okay.
public hearing. After the public hearing is when we'd actually vote on this, after we hear from the public,
Oh,
if they
okay.
have any concerns. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
yeah,
Okay,
Mr. Chair,
thank you, sir.
and this is the gas station, correct?
yes.
Yes.
And what was there before?
Yes, Steve.
No, I meant license-wise. It wasn't a Class A all the time, was it?
No,
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 So you're going, well, what was it? I guess it was a beer only?
Class
No.
B, I think, in the restaurant for. bands.
That's a separate, that's.
Yes, the rest,
Yep.
Only
So you're going for a whole new flat out
Yes,
class A?
yes.
Okay.
this will be, Mr. Chair,
Oh, wait.
I believe this will be our second in a gas station. Actually, in a gas station.
You're right. There's that Sitco off
Yeah,
of,
Right.
Beloit,
Lincoln and,
Lincoln.
and National.
But that's beer only,
I believe that's a beer only.
beer only. And this is,
This is a full A, this
yeah,
is
that's what I
liquor.
said, that's why I kept saying A, it's a
Yeah.
full-blown liquor store.
You know, I go to communities all over Wisconsin, they have liquor stores and gas stations.
And Mr. Chair,
Oh, yes.
I want to point out one thing, which I think we all realize, that this is in error. This page here is
Yeah.
Giovanni's Banquet Hall,
Yeah,
and so what we're giving our tacit approval to proceed to does not include this.
Our paperwork got messed up, we got
I
something
saw
for
that
something
too.
called Giovanni's,
saw
either of you are named
Yeah.
Giovanni, I'm gonna guess.
Actually,
There's
I
no-
think, we did, I came from city of Milwaukee, one of my tenants, so I think, we did,
Oh, oh.
That's how it got there.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. it's
Sorry about
their
that.
accent, so, no, not a problem.
So,
So,
Mr. Chair, I would
Go ahead.
move we go forward with a public hearing
okay,
to
but
go
that's,
to exceed quota.
And I'll second.
okay. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chair, one more comment. If you could just take your application and replace this page with this page. And maybe date it somewhere, put a date or something.
Should I give it to you now, or?
I can, if you're ready with
Sure.
that, I
Like,
can take it.
maybe- maybe
Put
put
the
a
address.
date on
Actually,
there.
put it with the jacket.
Oh, okay. Why don't we begin, I'm just giving the jacket back. to
Maybe
you.
make a
That's
copy
true.
for
There's
yourself
an
too.
authority on this, so
sure.
I will put it in the jacket. I'm just gonna put it in here.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, got my pen.
Grounds for denial.
Okay, then we have, item number 43.
I move approval.
Is this approval subject to necessary requirements?
It is, yes, thank you.
Second.
Vote second. Is there any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Number 44, for Piggly Wiggly, new agent,
Move approval,
Second.
subject to necessary requirements.
subject to necessary requirements.
Is there any further discussion on this one? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Another new agent letter for CVS Pharmacy.
Move approval, subject to necessary requirements.
Do I have a second?
Second,
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That motion carries. And then we have a new agent letter for Uncle Fester's.
Move approval, subject to necessary requirements.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And then, renewal application. This application pending submittal, what is
Mr. Chair,
this for Applebee?
we kept this separate because they initially submitted an application for a new establishment to take over the Applebee's. But then we got a notice from them that their sales being backed off. So we had to go forward with the current license, in case their sale goes through and we need to rush the application. So that's why we elected to keep it separate. So it's really nothing going on other than there's potentially a sale that might come
Right.
through at that point, at
And
some
we'll
point.
take it, so this is just the renewal,
move approval.
Second.
subject to requirements, correct?
Yes.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Then we have for Waggles, this is a tavern license renewal.
Move approval, subject to necessary requirements.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any
Abstain.
abstains?
I was informed that's the word.
Abstain, that's the word, that's the proper word for you to use. Okay,
I'll practice my abstaining.
okay, then we have a communication, for withdrawal of application of transfer license. From, let's see, 1568 71st to 9127 Lincoln, withdrawal.
Mr. Chair, Stateford Liquor had applied for and was granted a transfer of
Right.
their license. However, the sale fell through, so they're not going forward with the transfer. So we've asked them to, just submit a letter to withdraw that request.
No,
Move to place on file.
So, Mr. Chair,
okay,
so they're gonna remain on 81st Street?
As far as we know.
Okay.
let's place on file.
But we approved it already. Mr. Chair, we approved it already. Don't we have to take action greater than just placing this on file?
Actually, the last one was a, placing on file, it was a communication too. I'm gonna look to correct how that's
Okay.
done in the future, but the last one was also communication.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have the motion by Alderman May.
Second, if there wasn't
Second.
one.
Okay, second by Haas, place on file. Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I guess I understand what's going on. I just that I had spoken to a neighbor a month ago, and well, first of all, she said you have to do something about the liquor store next door, and I said, well, I think they're leaving. 'Cause, she'd expressed to me concerns about all the problems there, but I don't think we've had them here for anything. No, I don't think so. And I guess so now that they're staying, I think I'll reach out to the PD, see if there really are any actually problems there, because I thought they were going over to your district to be a problem.
There was 92nd and,
Yeah.
well, not the problems that we'll keep in your district, but, no, that's the corner.
No, yeah, it used to be, yeah,
Right, but
White
now
Hen
he's
Pantry.
Wait, hang.
He's applied for a business permit also now, the owner of the mall, so I'm sure
Oh,
the liquor license isn't far behind, or a request for one.
oh, okay. Well, good to see something happen.
So that's how
there.
they'll do it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Then, item number 50 on these are various licenses. Now I can move for an amendment
We're
on
skipping
this?
50?
Is this 51?
51, correct.
Yes, I'd like to hold Citgo Sunrise. They're not even close to anything that they said that they were for their site landscaping or anything like that.
The fence is up.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's right here on,
Actually,
It's a big list.
can we get Dale, because he was gonna be here for this.
They're there for the Beyond Vision, but I can see if he can come.
There it is.
Yeah, it's a Class B renewal,
I was pointing to you, you weren't looking.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
The fence is up,
What's that?
the fence is up. The new,
It's not done.
but the new fence is up.
They're not even close to doing anything that was required by the
Okay.
plan commission, so I'd like to bring them in and talk to them.
Mr. Chair, can we just hold this off for the attorney to be possibly present? You'll skip this one for now, because I did talk to him about that.
Don't have that many left.
I did talk to the attorney, I know.
About
Rebecca
what?
went to see if he's available. Well, planning called me because of your concern.
Right.
And I talked to the attorney, and he just wanted to express his attorney speak about, about this particular item. But that,
Planning just walked in the door.
so if he's available, if not, we'll can hold it for the next meeting.
Okay. We're on such a
Oh,
roll.
maybe it's stuck.
I know.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes it gets stuck together.
I don't think we act on 50.
No, it was here.
No,
50 was Kip's Inn.
Right, I know that. I know that.
that looks like it might be a special event permit.
So we're gonna hold 51 for now?
Yeah, we're gonna hold 51. Let's go back to 50.
Skip it for now.
Special event permit for Kipson.
Move approval?
Second,
Is there any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
We were supposed to take more time on that.
Well, we got one more here. Then we have number 63. This is sausage shop for the coffee and beer garden.
Move approval.
Second,
Now, was that the public hearing to exceed quota or just for the special use? Oh, I thought it was for the license.
those are the two items, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this would be the vote to okay going over quota for the license. So, do I have a motion, subject to necessary
Move
requirements?
for approval, Mr. Chair.
I moved it already.
Yeah, you already
And I
had a motion.
seconded it.
Yeah, you already had a motion.
I might as well just go home. I'll wait for the attorney to come up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, May made the motion and Haas seconded.
Yeah.
Haas, never heard a guy. Okay, is there any further discussion on this item?
Mr. Chair?
All right.
I'm gonna go back to the hours thing. I guess I'd like to have a conversation with the city attorney. I understand we have a noise ordinance about 10 PM. And I know the applicant is, and I believe him, actually, when Mark actually talked to me about it, he said 10 PM, but I see the paperwork says 9 PM?
I just rounded up.
Well,
The restaurants across the way closes between 9 and 10, depending
yeah,
on.
so I would go to 10 PM. I think,
10's fine.
I think the application says 10 PM. Or just, excuse me, said 9 PM. The special use said 9 the
Okay.
public hearing said 9 PM. But I,
10 would be fine.
well, I'd be okay with 10 also. I just wanted to reflect what you actually want. And then I wanted to discuss, like I said, whether, and like I said, I believe you, but you could have a car accident on the way home.
Please don't. Let's
Please
hope
don't. We like you.
Well, no, it's a little bit bigger than that, because as Alden Barzak pointed out, it's in the special use at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
So, because it's in the special use at 9 o'clock, if he's to raise it to 10, he's in violation of the special use.
So we have to change the special.
We have to
use
change the
10,
special
Which we can
use.
do on the floor if we have to.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean,
The special use indicates that it's,
I guess the
I know
que-
the public hearing said 9, I think, but
yeah,
let me check the actual resolution to see if it says something like 10 or 11 or.
yeah, I'm just,
I mean,
Just
Mark, I don't know if you heard my comments about if there's a, Packers are playing in Tokyo and some night you wanna be open till midnight or something, you know, I know that's
I
not
know
your
it's only
business.
my word, but I can
Yeah,
guarantee you I'm
yeah,
not gonna be able
yeah,
to pass.
no, and
it.
I do believe you, it's
Okay,
just,
go to
My
bed
day
sometime.
starts at 7 AM,
yeah,
so
yes,
10 is beyond my
yeah,
control.
we're probably past your bedtime already, yeah, but, and I wanted to talk to the city attorney about that, because my understanding is, we cannot limit hours he can stay open even through a special use under state law. The state law says, the state of Wisconsin wanted uniform closing times everywhere in the state of Wisconsin, so that we wouldn't have this hopping from community to community that used to go on. So that municipalities cannot be more restrictive than 2 AM and 2:30 AM, even through a special use. He said, other things we can limit through special use. And then I have a question between the hours outside and the hours inside. Because the interior seating is 45?
And no,
Outside was
21.
44, and I think
outside
inside
was 44, inside's like,
21?
I call it 30,
Oh, okay.
somewhere in there.
You know, which
Round
is,
it up.
we have bars smaller than that already. you
Yeah.
know.
Before us tonight.
Yeah, so I guess I have some questions for the city attorney on this. Yeah.
okay, but that's not pertinent to the license. This license here.
Technically.
I think it kinda is, I think it's,
Technically, it's on the special use permit, not on the license, cause if you're saying the license, the state says no matter what, whatever hours, it's
Yeah.
really a special use
Yeah.
question, and then
Right.
if that can.
no, it's not a
restrict or
special
not.
use question.
Well, you're saying we can't restrict it through the license, but the question is, can we restrict it through the special use
Yeah,
permit, right?
but the city attorney told me we can't. So.
Yeah.
And I support this
Oh, I see
use,
what
I
you're-
support
see
this
what you're saying.
project,
Yeah.
but again, I just, you know,
But going back, what we have in front of us right now is the license.
and once we grant the license, he can stay open until 2 or 2:30. That's what my understanding is, and that's my question for the city attorney.
So you're saying if we don't grant the license, well, we can't put in a license for him to close at 9.
No, we can't. We have a noise ordinance that
anything,
says
it'd be
no
for the
noise
special
outside
use.
after 10 PM. And if the neighbor can live with that, then it's,
Just move approval, Marty.
You guys already moved approval.
That's right, we did.
Yeah, I think either way, it's a moot point, it's either we approve it or we don't, right, at this point, because if the
Yeah.
law says that, either way.
Yeah, it's just, I
Yeah.
don't know, no matter what the city attorney
It's
says.
good to know, it's good to know for the future.
Yeah,
I'd like to
I
know
just
the
want
answer.
everybody to know, you know, and I believe Mark. So,
No matter what the city attorney says, though, is that, you know.
well, I just wanna
we
make sure
can't
I
do
understand
anything.
the city attorney correctly also, as far as the inside, outside.
So he's coming back for that item 51, maybe we could approve this now and then
He's
ask
not
him.
able to
Yeah.
come back for item 51. He's in the middle of
That's
the
good.
Beyond Vision unless you wanna wait until.
thought-
I
I
asked
thought
him
they
to
were
hold
waiting
We
it
asked them
for
to hold
us.
Beyond Vision
They
for
were- they're
us.
holding it for us.
Okay.
Apparently they're not.
Nobody tells you nothing.
What's that?
Can you have him hold Beyond Vision for us?
Hold beyond vision.
Run down
And then-
there.
And then send Caleb?
Yeah,
Sure.
we have dibs on Kale.
All of you guys stop everything for us. That's what we want you to tell them.
Well, we asked to be in that discussion. for Beyond
Yes.
Vision,
Right.
So I'm a little bit disappointed.
They strictly said that their committee's more important than yours, Alderman.
Fair enough.
Well, this is also the members of the Administration and Finance Committee also, although this is the License and Health
And we're
Committee
first
right
in
now.
the alphabet.
So you just, so you're requesting that we hold.
No, I wanna know what I wanna hear Kale tell us that when we approve the license, that even with the special use, I guess I just want that on the record. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I mean,
I see what you're saying.
Well, if you don't know,
So,
we don't
And I
know
get what
either.
Marty's saying too. He's
yeah,
just-
Mr. Chair, what I would suggest is,
Wait.
let's approve it, and when he comes up for number 51, we're still technically in session, we can ask him that question.
okay.
Is that okay? So we can keep moving?
Well, that's it.
Well, that's it. We have nothing else to, are we almost done?
Yeah, we could,
51.
Yeah,
we could recess until
Yeah.
after.
start with A and F.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second on item number 63 on your agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
We will recess until after the conclusion of A and F.
All right.
Rebecca, we're still gonna come back.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, the Administration and Finance Committee will come to order. Item 8 is a joint referral, a resolution authorizing Director of Public Works Center and Professional Services Agreement with City Water.
Mr. Chair,
Please, go ahead, Alderman Rowe.
what is this? I looked at it, just please explain.
Yeah. Oh, Kayla, you're
Isn't
out
how
of
we
breath.
need the public
We
works.
got you running around all over. Thank you, Kayla.
Currently, we have a vacancy in, our pumping station, and so we wanted to contract out with this firm to help, to assist us with that vacancy.
What do you mean, assist us with the vacancy? To,
To,
Chairman, I'm sorry.
to provide the services, to do the duties that we would normally have done, had done by an
In-house
employee.
person.
Yes.
Okay, not to hire a
What does
person.
that
No.
involve?
Okay.
I don't,
What specific job is this? Do we know?
What does the assistant pumping station operator do?
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's.
Sits at Reservoir Park.
I believe there's something involving, testing the water and ensuring the pressure, but I did not review the job description
Okay.
in advance of this meeting, however, I could ask the Public Works Director if
Did he
he
go
would
home?
like. No, I believe he's in the other meeting too.
Oh, well, let's take him
Why are
to.
we even here?
We'll wait for him. No.
Okay, I move approval.
We have a
Second.
motion from Alderman May and a second from Alderman Weigel. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just an after-the-fact question. How are we paying for this? Through having a vacancy
Yeah.
I
position?
would,
Unpaid payroll.
have to read the resolution, it's probably at the bottom of the whereas clauses, where it says the account number it's coming from.
Account number?
175.060.
Source of supply and pumping expenses, professional services, other.
It's professional
we-
services account.
And it will be covered by staffing vacancies.
There you go.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I see our Public Works Director is here. Now, may I ask him that question?
Dave, what's this pumping
assistant.
Assistant pumping station operator.
And
What does
City
that
Water
have to do?
LLC, what are they gonna do for, what's City Water LLC gonna do for us also?
So they're
Both
going to
questions.
review the procedures of the water pumping operator. We currently have 2 positions at that location. We're looking to minimize those positions, looking at the overall operations of the pumping station. So if there's anything that we can minimize.
2 to 1?
To run, to operate during off hours, that the regular pumping operator wouldn't be there, so.
I think it'd be better.
All right, real good. So, yeah, we acted on item 8, we've approved it. Thank you, Dave, appreciate
Chair,
that.
I'll move we recess back to
There we
licensing.
go. Yes, we have a
Complete
motion.
item
Is
51.
there a
Have a second?
second?
Second, okay,
Yep.
all in favor?
Aye. And
Okay.
so, yeah, we're,
Item 51, it's all the license, and we were going to amend it to take the Sunrise Station out of there,
There's a gas
As per-
station that
as per Mr. Rowe.
Alderman Road has concerns about. It's under the Class B renewal applications. It's called Sitco Sunrise.
That's fine. And, like, Alderman Rowe, you want to tell them the reason?
Oh, just they haven't really done anything that they said they were gonna, they've done very minimal of what they said they're gonna do for their
Special use.
liquor license.
Site
in
landscaping.
that building. And our experience, or at least mine is, and I'm sure everybody else on this committee is, once they have something, those big trees that everybody showed and everything, they never show up. So I just wanna make sure most of this is done prior to us issuing a 2-year license to this gentleman. I'm 1 year, I'm sorry.
It'd be a July to end of June license, it'd be a 12-month license.
Okay.
You can pull the item if you'd like to consider it
That's what I'd
separately,
like to do.
that's not a problem. And if you want just to either shoot me an email or give me a call, I can explain the standards of what they would be, depending on an alcohol license or a special use. Because if you're not complying with the special use permit, there's a process in place to potentially revoke that permit to ensure that they comply with those provisions. That's totally separate though from the alcohol license process. It's a very different standard for revoking or not renewing an alcohol license as opposed to a special use permit.
But we're still gonna pull it out right now.
You still can, they would be able to operate not only while this is pending, but even if after July 1, if this committee hadn't made a decision on the license, they'd be able to operate under their old license because there needs to be due process to take away that property right.
And we could bring him in to a regular meeting and say, where you at on this?
You certainly could, I would
Okay.
recommend doing that though under the special use permit,
Okay,
So that wouldn't come in front of this committee.
Safety and development.
safety and development likely.
okay. Well, let's pull it out of there for tonight.
I move we approve
Okay.
item 51 with the exception of.
1 second. So, even though what he wants done, and that they haven't done yet, has nothing to do with the liquor license.
Correct, the only reason you can suspend, revoke, or not renew an alcohol license would be for any violation that's listed under 125.12 of the statute. It's a very specific part of the law that says you have to, that's a property right that a person has that can only be revoked for specific reasons. But we have a special use permit that has restrictions on it, there's this whole separate process for ensuring that those provisions are accomplished.
So we still can pull it out though, out of the regular license, just to hold it until next council meeting.
It's, yes, like I said though, it's gonna be inconsequential until there is a non-renewal or a revocation or suspension, because they can continue to operate until July
Right.
1, and even if it's still pending before this body, they will be able to continue to operate under their 18-19 license into July and beyond.
And if we okayed it tonight, is there any difference?
They'd be guaranteed, or at least they'd have a license until the end of June of 2020, but again, anytime during that license year, under the same standards for non-renewal, this body could also consider revocation. So, as far as the consequence of it, it's mostly symbolic.
Mr. Chair. So there's no incentive for any owner then to do what they said they're gonna do.
Is that the special use permit?
The special use permit.
Okay.
And if that gets pulled, they can't operate.
Correct, because we're not in a position right now where we have an ordinance on the books that allows us to impose specific conditions upon specific licenses, but that is in the works. Once that's on the books, then that would be the way to address it under chapter 125, revocation and non-renewal, directly as an alcohol license. But until that's on the books, the only real strength and ability to enforce those special use permits is through essentially threatening the revocation of that permit.
And Mr. Chair,
All right.
so basically what you're doing is it's a symbolic thing saying,
Right,
hold
yeah,
on
I
a
mean,
second.
Okay.
I move approval of item 51 with the exception of Sitco Sunrise West Alice, which I propose to hold.
Okay, do we?
Second.
Do we need an, okay, do we need an amendment on that, or we just,
That is the amendment. I included it in the motion.
So by pulling it, I take it that the clerk would have a separate assigned
Yes.
number for that item then at the next meeting.
Correct.
okay.
to be
So the
approved as
motion
amended.
is, the motion is for the amendment or for the amendment and the okay of all the license?
It would be this one, approved as amended.
Right,
The amendment is, I'm approving everything with the exception of that, so that the amendment goes with it.
all in one vote?
Yep.
Correct. Okay, so Haas made the motion, I'm sorry, May made the motion, Haas second. Is there any further discussion on any other license? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion to adjourn?
Second, I'm so moved.
Second.
First, second, third.
Should have something.
We weren't
Should've
gonna
said
ask him
two of
about,
them.
we weren't
All in
gonna ask
favor?
him about the beer garden. Yeah, that's the other question.
Oh,
And it was the
I
exact
withdraw
same
my
point.
second.
It really is,
Yeah.
it really is the exact same point.
Okay.
It is the exact same point, is that the special use would be the way to, if he doesn't do what he it's the exact same point, looked at it from a different angle. For the beer garden.
he's talking about the hours
Yeah,
again.
yeah. One question did come up. In my conversations, the applicant stay open until 10 PM, but the public hearing, it said 9 PM. And I guess I don't know what the paperwork said. And we have an